There's hardly any time to slow down in our daily lives. Things move fast. Life moves fast. And before you know it, you're running on autopilot, getting from one place to another, completing one task before starting another. Busy lives make taking time to recharge that much more important. I'm trying to be intentional and ensure that I get some downtime at least once a month, or I end up so exhausted, anyone can tell by just looking at me. Before I can reset my mind though, I like to reset my space. I usually end up not cleaning my desk. Making videos for YouTube has been helping me with that lately. Because I film so much in front of my desk, I've started to keep it clear and end up cleaning it at least once every week. In the past few months, I've also actively ensured I keep my workspace separate. Before, I often studied or worked on my bed. And while I knew that wasn't helping me, it was a difficult habit to break. Having a dedicated space to work feels so much nicer, and I'm able to fully focus on work when I'm at my desk. My sleep also did improve. I used to think it was a myth that working or studying on your bed affected your sleep, but I don't think so anymore. I'm trying to be mindful of how I nourish myself, whether it's food, the content I consume, or the way I speak to myself. On my reset days, I like to wind down and do small things that make me happy and help me feel calm. Sometimes that includes having my comfort food. Sometimes it's skincare, sometimes it's playing games while catching on YouTube videos. Sometimes it's watching an episode or two of the latest show I'm watching. And when time permits, it's as many of these things as possible in a day. And when I get any downtime, I often find myself gravitating towards a nice warm cup of tea. One of my favorite ways to reset though is by reflecting on the last few days. It could be the past week or the past month, or even from a certain event to the present date. If I've fallen out of any habit I want to maintain, or I'm struggling to build a new habit, I like to take this time to either get back to the habit or figure out what is making it difficult to build a new habit and what can I do about it. I also like to use different journaling prompts like what is weighing on my mind, what do I need right now, what's something I'm grateful for, what can I add or remove from my daily routine to make it better. I think reset evenings are the only self-care habit I've been engaging in since before self-care became a trend. Of course, I didn't have a name for them back then. I didn't think of them as self-care or intentional rest. They just happened, like listening to your favorite music after a long day, watching the sunset, or just spending time with your family and friends without looking at the clock or your phone. It was never something I used to plan. In fact, I didn't even ever realize it. But the last few years taught me the importance of being mindful and intentional about these small habits and resets. When life started getting busier, I found myself running on low fuel, feeling exhausted and unable to find any downtime. That's when I started paying more attention, not just to how I spent my time, but to how I felt. And that's when I realized that rest isn't just something that happens anymore. It's something I have to make space for. So I started carving out little moments, just half an hour or maybe even less, to step away from the noise. No productivity, no distractions, no expectations, just space to breathe, to check in with myself and to be. And that made me realize is the small consistent things that we do that make the most difference. I've learned that rest doesn't have to be a full day of rest or a perfect routine to unwind and do your skincare or something. Sometimes self-care is as simple as listening to your favorite song before going to bed, or just a deep breath as you fall asleep. A few minutes in the morning before the rest of the world wakes up. A song that makes you feel lighter. And the more I've honored these small moments, the more I felt the difference. Because when life moves fast, it's easy to forget that we're not machines. We're not meant to run endlessly without a pause. And if we don't take time to rest, life will force us to. So I'm learning to listen, to slow down before I crash, to give myself the same kindness as I would to a friend, because even the smallest moments of stillness count. So, this is my little mini reset routine that I try to do every once in a while. I won't say I do it every month, but I try. Realize there's always time to at least squeeze in a warm cup of tea or just one episode of your favorite show, whatever you're watching right now. So, these little moments mean a lot to me. Let me know in the comments what are your little moments or little habits that help you reset, and I'll see you in the next video.